There are multiple inputs that avocados require, whether it's water, fertilizer, pruning, pest control, the sunburn protection of trees. All those go into making your chances better of having a very good quality crop. When we decide to plant an avocado orchard, we'll plant trees that come from certified nurseries. We have to place our orders years in advance.
Why avocados are so expensive. Millions of avocado production factory. From avocado toast to smoothies to salads, this fruit has taken over our social media. Everyone is coming out with their favorite avocado recipe, from fitness influencers to food bloggers, but no one prepares you for the price of these bad boys. The average retail price range for U.S. avocados is between approximately $2 to $4 per kilogram and $2,723 per ton. But how are they grown? And what makes them so expensive? Well, we have the answer to all your questions. Join us as dive into why avocados are so expensive. Global demand for avocados. In recent years, avocados have become a global phenomenon. They were once a niche ingredient, but now avocados are a popular food item enjoyed by people of all ages and backgrounds. Avocado consumption in the United States has skyrocketed, rising from an average of 4 pounds per person in 2002 to a staggering 9 pounds in 2022. This translates to an approximate whopping 3 billion pounds consumed annually. Several factors contribute to this rising popularity. Avocado's creamy texture and versatile culinary applications have made it a popular choice for health-conscious consumers. Avocados contain healthy fats, fiber, and vitamins. This has fueled their inclusion in diet trends like paleo and keto. Social media has played a major role in driving the popularity of avocados. Images of avocado toast, smoothies, and other avocado-based dishes have been shared millions of times on social media, inspiring people to try avocados for themselves. Recently, as people's incomes rise, they are more likely to spend money on healthy and enjoyable foods, such as avocados. The growing popularity of avocado-based products has also helped propel avocados to the staple status they enjoy. The avocado market has expanded beyond just the fruit itself to include a wide variety of avocado-based products, such as dips, spreads, and oils. These products are convenient and versatile, making them popular among busy consumers. The rising demand for avocados has had a significant impact on the global avocado market. The avocado market size was valued at $14 billion in 2022 and is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of approximately 7% to 9% from 2023 to 2030, reaching up to approximately $20 billion by 2026 and $30 billion by 2032. Avocados are grown in many countries around the world, with Mexico being the leading producer. Other major producers include California, Peru, Chile, and the Dominican Republic. The global avocado market is growing rapidly, driven by increasing demand from consumers who appreciate the fruit's health benefits and versatility. The avocado production cycle. But how do farmers go about producing avocados? Well, the avocado production cycle is a fascinating journey that takes years of careful cultivation and care. It can vary depending on the specific variety of avocado, the growing region, and the farming practices used. Let's dive in to see how it goes from a seed to a fully grown avocado. The avocado life cycle begins with a seed in the ground, typically sourced from a mother tree known for producing high-quality fruit. These seeds are germinated in nurseries, which usually takes 4 to 8 weeks, and then they are allowed to grow under controlled conditions, ensuring optimal growth and development. Once the seedlings reach a certain size, they are transplanted into orchards, where they will spend the next several years maturing. Avocado trees have a unique 2-year growth cycle. In the first year, the tree focuses on vegetative growth, producing leaves, branches, and a strong root system. During this time, it also flowers, but these flowers are typically not pollinated and do not produce fruit. In the second year, the avocado tree enters its fruiting cycle. The flowers produced in the second year are pollinated by bees or wind, and if successful, they develop into small avocados. However, the tree cannot support all the developing fruits, so many of them are thinned out during a process called fruit set. This ensures that the remaining avocados receive the nutrients they need to grow into healthy, marketable, and creamy fruits. The remaining avocados continue to grow and mature over the next several months. During this time, they require careful attention from growers, who provide them with water, nutrients, and protection from pests and diseases. The specific growing conditions like climate and soil composition can affect the size, flavor, and quality of the avocados. When the avocados reach maturity, they are carefully hand-picked from the trees. The exact timing of harvest depends on the variety of avocado and the desired level of ripeness. Once harvested, the avocados are sorted, graded, and packed for shipment. The Hass avocado is the most popular type of avocado, accounting for about 80% of global avocado production. The avocado production cycle is not without its challenges. Avocado trees require a significant amount of water, and their cultivation can sometimes strain water resources in dry regions. Additionally, the use of pesticides and fertilizers in avocado production can have negative environmental impacts. As the demand for avocados continues to grow, it is important to ensure that the production cycle is sustainable and environmentally friendly. By adopting sustainable practices and supporting responsible growers, we can help to ensure that future generations can enjoy the many benefits of avocados. Transportation and distribution. Now we've got the avocados ready to go, and you're probably thinking, just pack them in a box and go. But it's not that easy. Avocados are very sensitive to temperature, so they require extra care. So let's see how avocados are transported from farm to your local stores. Avocados are notoriously sensitive to temperature changes and damage. Maintaining optimal conditions throughout their journey is crucial for preserving their delicate quality. Studies, like one published in the National Institutes of Health, highlight the significant impact of temperature fluctuations on avocado ripening and quality. So, the entire supply chain, from harvesting and packing to transportation and storage, relies heavily on cold chain logistics. This requires meticulous temperature control throughout the transport chain, maintaining a narrow range of 5 to 7 degrees Celsius to prevent premature ripening or spoilage. This delicate nature of avocados adds significant costs through refrigeration, packaging, and specialized transportation processes. Avocados typically travel long distances, especially those imported from major producers like Mexico and Peru. Various modes of transport are employed, including trucks, ships, and airplanes. Each mode has its own set of requirements and challenges, necessitating specialized equipment and meticulous monitoring. Trucks remain the most common mode of domestic transport for avocados, particularly for short distances. Refrigerated trucks maintain consistent temperatures, typically between 41 to 55 Fahrenheit, using either mechanical refrigeration or ice packs. The Produce Nerd details the importance of proper ventilation and packaging to prevent moisture buildup and ensure optimal airflow. For longer distances, such as those from Mexico to the United States, ocean freight becomes the preferred option, with Mexico exporting 80% of its avocados via container ships. Container ships equipped with refrigerated units ensure precise temperature control throughout the journey. However, longer transit times require careful planning and coordination to avoid spoilage. Although the fastest option, air transport comes with a higher cost and is usually reserved for premium markets or urgent deliveries. Maintaining controlled temperature during air travel requires specialized containers and swift handling at airports. Despite the sophisticated cold chain infrastructure, there are still many challenges that arise, such as temperature fluctuations where even minor deviations from the optimal temperature range can compromise avocado quality. There are also at times infrastructure limitations, as not all regions have access to reliable cold chain infrastructure, leading to spoilage and quality loss. Food safety concerns also arise as improper handling and lack of hygiene can introduce pathogens and create food safety risks. The complex logistics and environmental impact of transporting avocados across vast distances haven't gone unnoticed, so industry experts have joined together to provide innovative solutions for the problems. The first is real-time temperature monitoring. Sensor networks and tracking systems provide a constant stream of data on temperature conditions throughout the journey. Any deviation from the narrow window triggers immediate intervention, ensuring avocados arrive perfectly ripe and preventing unnecessary spoilage or wasted resources. Next is energy-efficient refrigeration technologies. This takes sustainability into account so that the solutions not only reduce the carbon footprint of long-distance transport, but also contribute to a greener supply chain, mitigating the environmental impact of our love for avocado toast. Packaging, often overlooked, is also undergoing changes. New materials are being designed with eco-friendliness in mind, optimizing airflow to maintain freshness while minimizing waste. Biodegradable and compostable options further reduce the environmental burden, demonstrating the industry's commitment to responsible practices. These innovations, from real-time monitoring to sustainable refrigeration and eco-friendly packaging, represent a pivotal shift towards a more responsible future for the avocado industry. They not only ensure the quality and affordability of this popular fruit, but also demonstrate a commitment to minimizing the environmental impact of its global journey. By embracing these advancements, the industry can pave the way for a future where enjoying a creamy avocado doesn't come at the cost of the planet, labor costs, and fair trade practices. But beyond the trendy toast and Instagram-worthy breakfasts, there is a complex reality involving labor costs and ethical considerations. Let's delve into avocado production, exploring the financial realities for workers and the growing movement towards fair trade practices. Avocado production is labor-intensive. Unlike many fruits harvested mechanically, avocados require meticulous handpicking, pruning, and fertilization throughout the year due to their delicate nature. This labor-intensive process involves long hours under the sun, often on steep terrain and with limited access to basic amenities. Many of these workers are migrants, facing precarious employment conditions and low wages that barely cover their basic needs. Labor costs can account for anywhere between 20% and 50% of the total production cost. However, these costs are not always distributed equitably. The wages for avocado farm workers can vary significantly depending on the region, with workers in developing countries often earning considerably less than their counterparts in developed nations. According to a 2020 report by Fair Trade America, avocado farm workers in Mexico can earn as little as $8 per day, struggling to afford food, healthcare, and education for their families. Additionally, they are exposed to potential health risks from pesticides and harsh working conditions. These practices raise ethical concerns about worker exploitation and highlight the need for a more equitable avocado industry. The avocado's journey from farms to supermarket shelves involves multiple intermediaries, each adding to the final price. In some cases, workers involved in packing, sorting, and transportation also face challenging conditions and unfair wages. This complex supply chain often lacks transparency, which makes it difficult to ensure fair labor practices are followed throughout the chain. Fair trade initiatives offer a ray of hope in this landscape of uneven labor practices. Fair trade certification ensures producers receive a minimum price for their avocados, which covers production costs and provides a decent living wage for workers. Additionally, fair trade standards mandate safe working conditions, respect for labor rights, and environmental sustainability practices. Fair trade avocados typically command a higher price at the market due to the additional premium paid to farmers. However, studies by Fair Trade America show that this premium translates into real benefits for farmers and their communities. For example, the Fair Trade Avocado Impact Report 2020 states that fair trade avocado farmers earned nearly $200,000 in fair trade premium payments in 2020, which they invested in projects ranging from healthcare and education to infrastructure development and environmental protection. While fair trade plays a crucial role in improving the lives of avocado farm workers, systemic change is also needed. Governments in avocado-producing countries can play a vital role by implementing stronger labor regulations, enforcing minimum wage laws, and ensuring access to Social Security benefits for agricultural workers. As always, the consumers can also contribute by making informed choices and opting for fair trade avocados whenever possible. In 2020, fair trade avocado sales globally reached $55 million, demonstrating a growing consumer demand for ethically sourced fruit. Despite the progress, scaling up fair trade certification is still a challenge. The higher price point of fair trade avocados can drive away some consumers, especially in cost-sensitive markets. Ultimately, the avocado's popularity presents a unique opportunity to promote fair trade practices and ensure that the creamy goodness on our plates comes at a responsible price, not just for consumers, but for the people who cultivate it. By understanding the human cost and supporting ethical initiatives, we can collectively shape a more sustainable and equitable future for the avocado industry. Factors affecting avocado production. The avocado's journey from seed to supermarket shelf is intricately linked to various factors like climate change, water availability, pest and disease pressures, and social and environmental considerations. They influence everything from yield and quality to environmental and social sustainability. Let's delve into this intricate process and explore the forces shaping the future of this beloved fruit. Climate change is one that poses a significant threat to avocado production. Rising temperatures can stress trees, reduce yields, and increase susceptibility to pests and diseases. A study published in Environmental Science and Policy estimates that climate change could decrease a global avocado production by up to 30% by 2050. Additionally, changing precipitation patterns can lead to water scarcity, further impacting production in regions where there is already little water to go around. Extreme weather events like droughts and floods can also disrupt production and further strain water resources. Avocado trees require an immense amount of water, particularly during fruit development. The American Grown Marketing Corporation estimates that a single avocado needs about an astounding 70 gallons of water to grow. This raises concerns about water scarcity, especially in regions like California and Chile, where avocado production is concentrated. Studies highlight that avocado production has the potential to strain local water resources and contribute to conflicts with other water users. Avocado trees are also susceptible to various pests and diseases, including fungal diseases like anthracnose and bacterial diseases like canker. These threats can significantly reduce yields and fruit quality, impacting both growers and consumers. Avocado production often relies on chemical pesticides and fertilizers to control pests and diseases and boost yields. While these practices can improve efficiency, they also introduce pollutants into the environment. These methods of pest control have the potential for these chemicals to contaminate water sources, harm beneficial insects, and contribute to air and soil pollution. The California Avocado Growers Association emphasizes the importance of integrated pest management IPM, practices to minimize reliance on chemical pesticides and protect the environment. The avocado boom has also led to concerns about deforestation. Table Debates points out that in some regions, especially Mexico and Chile, forests are cleared to make way for new avocado orchards. This not only contributes to habitat loss and biodiversity decline, but also disrupts natural water cycles and increases soil erosion. Table Debates points out potential issues, unfair labor practices, and impacts on local communities due to water use and chemical application. Addressing these concerns requires collaboration between growers, governments, and consumers to ensure responsible and sustainable production practices. Despite the challenges, the avocado industry is actively seeking solutions to ensure its long-term sustainability. Growers are adopting water-saving irrigation techniques, exploring drought-resistant varieties, and implementing IPM strategies. Additionally, initiatives like fair trade certification and sustainable agriculture practices are gaining traction, aiming to address social and environmental concerns. But we'll get into this in more detail later on. Consumers also play a crucial role in shaping the future of avocado production. Certification programs like Rainforest Alliance and Fair Trade USA promote environmentally and socially responsible avocado production practices. By choosing avocados from certified sustainable farms, supporting local growers, and reducing food waste, consumers can actively contribute to a more responsible and equitable avocado industry. While its undeniable popularity presents challenges, there are promising solutions emerging. Actively seeking solutions through innovative practices and responsible consumer choices are crucial for ensuring the long-term sustainability of this beloved fruit and the communities that depend on it. Through collaborative efforts between growers, consumers, and policymakers, we can ensure that the future of avocados is both delicious and sustainable, safeguarding the environment and the communities that depend on it. Seasonality and market dynamics. Let's shift our focus and peel back the layers to explore the forces that shape avocado availability and price fluctuations. Despite year-round availability in many markets, avocados do have distinct seasonality depending on the growing region. Seasonality refers to recurring price or demand patterns based on factors like production cycles, weather, and holidays. The two major players in avocado production, Mexico and California, each have distinct harvest seasons. Mexico, the world's leading producer, sees peak production between February and August, with a secondary peak in November and December. This coincides with the cooler months in the Northern Hemisphere, driving increased demand for the creamy fruit. California, the second largest producer, harvests predominantly from April to September, providing a counterpoint to Mexican supply and influencing overall market dynamics. While Mexico and California dominate the market, other producers like Peru, Chile, and South Africa contribute to the global avocado supply. TrendSpider highlights how Peru's year-round production helps fill market gaps, but its peak overlaps with Mexico's, potentially influencing price trends. Chile primarily harvests from July to September, offering another seasonal alternative. However, the story doesn't end there. Recent research reveals a fascinating evolution in avocado seasonality. Traditionally, summer was considered the peak season in the U.S. market. However, studies now show that the first quarter, January to March, has emerged as the new top seller, potentially driven by increased demand around events like the Super Bowl and growing consumer affinity for healthy eating habits. Market dynamics for avocados are also driven by the interplay of supply, demand, and price. During peak harvest seasons in major producing regions, increased supply typically leads to lower prices due to the principle of supply and demand. Conversely, off-season periods tend to see higher prices due to limited supply. Certain holidays, particularly Super Bowl Sunday and Cinco de Mayo, are associated with increased avocado consumption, creating temporary spikes in demand and price. Super Bowl Sunday alone can see avocado consumption rise by 30%, influencing market dynamics in the leading weeks. Demand for avocados isn't simply dictated by seasonality. Health trends such as rising awareness of the fruit's nutritional value, including healthy fats and fiber, have fueled its popularity. Along with social media influence with eye-catching avocado creations on platforms like Instagram, have driven social buzz and encouraged exploration. The global expansion of the avocado industry also plays a role in its rising demand. Emerging markets like China and India are showing increasing interest in avocados, further pushing demand. These evolving demand drivers, coupled with seasonality, create a dynamic market where prices can fluctuate based on the interplay of supply and demand. Market dynamics extend beyond just price fluctuations. Weather events play a huge role in disrupting avocado production and impacting prices. Consumer preferences towards specific varieties or organic options also influence market trends. Understanding these dynamics can empower consumers to make informed choices. Buying in season often means lower prices and potentially fresher fruit. Utilizing market research tools and understanding seasonal trends can help predict price fluctuations and potentially save money. Supporting local sustainable growers can also be a conscious choice. Government policies and trade restrictions. However, its journey from orchard to table is not without its challenges, often entangled in a complex web of government policies and trade restrictions. Examining these policies reveals their impact on consumers, producers, and the overall avocado market. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, played a pivotal role in shaping the avocado trade landscape. As IMCO highlights, prior to NAFTA, Mexican avocado imports to the U.S. were restricted. The agreement's implementation in 1994 unlocked significant growth, making Mexican avocados readily available in American supermarkets. This surge in trade undeniably benefited both countries, with Mexican farmers gaining access to a vast consumer base and U.S. consumers enjoying avocados at lower prices. However, tensions simmer beneath the surface of this apparent win-win situation. The recent temporary suspension of Mexican avocado imports into the United States due to safety concerns surrounding a U.S. inspector allegedly receiving threats in Mexico. This exposed the fragility of this trade relationship. While the suspension was eventually lifted after negotiations, it served as a stark reminder of the potential for disruptions and the economic losses incurred by producers on both sides. This incident also sparked criticism over the vagueness of safety concerns used as justification, raising questions about their role as potential trade barriers. Beyond the U.S.-Mexico relationship, other trade policies and restrictions impact the avocado market. The European Union's strict import regulations concerning pesticides, which can limit access for certain avocado producers. Additionally, tariffs and quotas imposed by different countries create complex trade barriers, influencing market access and potentially raising prices for consumers. Additionally, countries like China and India, with their burgeoning demand for avocados, often impose tariffs and quotas, creating further complexities. While governments often justify these restrictions based on protecting consumers from pests or supporting domestic producers, there are many downsides to such restrictions. They can disrupt the stability of the market, leading to higher prices for consumers and negatively impacting the livelihoods of farmers in exporting countries. The discussion on government policies and avocado production extends beyond trade restrictions. Governments can play a crucial role in implementing sustainable farming practices and regulations to ensure environmental protection. Additionally, promoting fair labor practices and ensuring safe working conditions for farmers across the supply chain is another critical area, requiring government attention. Tackling the challenges of the avocado trade needs various approaches working together. Striking a balance between protecting consumers Ensuring fair trade practices and promoting sustainable production is crucial. Collaborating on international standards and harmonizing regulations can streamline trade and reduce unnecessary disruptions. Governments can also incentivize and implement sustainable farming practices to minimize environmental impact. They can provide support for initiatives like fair trade and advocating for fair labor. Practices can improve the lives of farmers and ensure ethical production. By acknowledging the intricate relationship between government policies, trade dynamics, and the avocado industry, we can work towards a future where everyone, from farmers to consumers, can enjoy this beloved fruit responsibly and sustainably. Sustainable future of avocado production. Water scarcity, deforestation, and ethical labor practices are just some of the challenges clouding the future of this beloved fruit. However, amidst these concerns, there's some hope in the form of innovative solutions and a growing commitment to a sustainable avocado industry. Let's do a deep dive into the sustainable future of avocado production. First, let's recount the concerns associated with avocado production. One of the most critical concerns surrounding avocado production is its significant water footprint. Avocados require substantially more water than many other fruits, particularly in arid regions like Mexico, a leading producer. This raises concerns about water scarcity and potential conflicts with local communities for this vital resource. The global avocado demand is also projected to continue its upward trajectory. While this is positive for producers and economies, it also intensifies environmental pressures. Deforestation for new plantations, soil degradation from intensive farming, and increased use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides are just some of the potential pitfalls of unchecked growth. But, despite the challenges, there's hope. Farmers and researchers are actively exploring and implementing innovative solutions for a more sustainable avocado future. Innovative irrigation techniques offer promising solutions. Drip irrigation, delivering water directly to the roots, minimizes waste and evaporation compared to traditional methods. Precision agriculture, utilizing sensors and data analysis, further optimizes water usage by delivering just the right amount based on individual tree needs. Additionally, exploring alternative water sources like recycled water holds the potential for further reducing reliance on freshwater resources. Another method of sustainability is through agroforestry. Agroforestry is a method that blends crops, creating an eco-friendly and economically sound solution. Integrating avocado trees with other crops like shade-loving coffee or legumes creates a more diverse ecosystem. This not only provides natural shade, reducing water evaporation, but also promotes biodiversity and improves soil health by fixing nitrogen and attracting beneficial insects. And instead of relying on harsh chemicals, organic farms use compost, cover crops, provide natural pest control, and build resilience against climate change. This not only helps the environment, but also keeps avocado trees strong and productive. Conclusion: while the responsibility doesn't solely lie with producers, consumers also play a critical role in shaping the future of avocados. By making informed choices, we can send a powerful message about sustainability and ethical sourcing. Seeking out avocados with sustainability certifications, prioritizing local and seasonal options, supporting initiatives promoting sustainable agriculture, and minimizing food waste are all actions that collectively drive change. By embracing these solutions and fostering collaboration across the entire avocado ecosystem, we can ensure that the creamy satisfaction of guacamole does not at the expense of our planet or the well-being of those who cultivate it. Together, we can cultivate a thriving avocado future for generations to come. So the next time you eat your avocado toast, think about just how much effort went into bringing it to you. What's your favorite avocado recipe? Share with us in the comments below. And as always, if you liked the video, check out more from our channel.